From Rutledge Stadium in Converse, it's Friday night Texas high school football. Tonight, a matchup of strong contenders in District 13 5A Division II as the Pieper Warriors visit the Patriots from San Antonio Veterans Memorial. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Paul Alexander, delighted to be working alongside my partner, Joey Gonzalez. And Joey, if you really love high school football, and I know you do, then you have to be fired up about this game because this is big dog on big dog.
Yeah, woof. Right now, the Warriors are the leaders of the pack at 6-1 overall and 3-0 in district play, but the Patriots are nipping at their heels at 5-2 and 2-1 respectively. Piper's going to throw the ball all over North America while Vets wants to shove the ball down your throat and break your will. Each team is very good at what it does.
Well, I guess they are. Piper has thrown for 318 yards per game and 24 touchdowns, 23 of them by senior starting quarterback Jake South. Vets is led by senior running back James Peoples. Now, he missed the first half of the regular season with an injury, but he's apparently in robust health now because in the 2 games he's played in, he's run for 408 yards and 5 touchdowns, 4 of them last week in a big win over Bastrop. How good is Peoples? He's already committed to Ohio State. Yeah, I mean that Ohio State.
Paul, you said this is big dog on big dog. Vets is maybe the only team in the district that can match the Warriors athletically. Vets is a nationally elite running back and an offensive line that is big, experienced, and nasty. The Piper defensive game plan is going to devote as many resources as necessary to get James Peoples under control. Offensively, score on every possession, pedal to the metal at all times.
Just about time to play. Here's our officiating crew tonight. It's headed by the referee Mike McWilliams. Gus Gonzalez is our umpire. The head linesman is Fred Cruz. Ben Rivers serves as the line judge. The side judge is Tom Eckhoff. The field judge, Charlie Harpole. And Ron Carr is the back judge. The Piper captains at midfield are number 7, Jake Strachan, number 8, Jake South, number 28, Landon Ashpaw, and number 4, David Huntsman. Nick Rogers is the Piper head coach, while Bobby Irvin guides the Memorial Patriots.
We're in the last days of October. It was a little warmer when we got here, around 94, but the temperatures dropped about 10 degrees, currently 84 degrees outside, and expect the temperature to get into the low 70s as the night rolls down and the wind blowing 5 miles per hour from the south.
Only the second varsity football meeting between these two schools. Vets won last year by a score of 42-28. So the current standings in 13 5A Division II, Piper leads it at 3-0, Liberty Hill 3-1, Veterans Memorial 2-1, and they're at Tybee next Friday. So after tonight, Piper hosts Lockhart a week from tonight, then closes out the regular season at Liberty Hill on November 3rd. And we've got late breaking news here. Isaiah Champagne, the fine junior receiver for the Warriors, was not wearing shoulder pads in pregame warmups. In fact, he was in street clothes along with his jersey. Don't know what the situation is, but he apparently is not available. And, Joey, he did have a brace on his left arm. Now, I saw practice on Tuesday, and he was fine. So we'll try to find out what happened there.
Yeah, Paul, as you mentioned, he had that left brace on his left hand. But everybody else is going to have to step up. These receivers, they're so deep. There's so many guys they could pass the ball to. Next man up, especially at this part of the season.
All right, so the Warriors are going to get the football to start the game, and this just has a big game feel about it, Joey. I'm not even going to try to hide my excitement. I am fired up about this one.
Not at all. I mean, this could be a game that kind of determines the district. There's only 2 weeks after tonight, and with Veterans Memorial currently at 3rd place, if Piper wins this game and takes care of business next week, that could set up a possible district championship 2 weeks from tonight at Liberty Hill.
Okay, so the Patriots are set to kick it off. Number 98, Rafael Nunez, normally handles those kicking chores. Got a little officials conference here. The crew, as we mentioned, headed by the referee, Mike McWilliams.
Paul, you could feel the buzz. You can hear the band starting to get loud. You can tell both these crowds understand what's at stake tonight in a crucial game here in district play.
Okay, I think we mean it now. Ball getting teed up at the 40-yard line. Nolan Doss is the deep return man, along with Cash Lancaster. And away we go with ought to be a superb football game. And look at that onside attempt. And receiving that and recovering that, Joey, is something that the Warriors spend an awful lot of practice time on because people do it all the time now, and you really got to be able to feel that thing cleanly. So they pulled it off, they executed well, and they have good field position with which to start this first drive.
Special teams can often be overlooked in the game of football, but right there, Pieper does a really good job catching the ball at the 50-yard line, and this is a team who can play fast, and now they're going to start at midfield and have a chance to get on the scoreboard first.
And we have another officiating conference. May have been a flag on the play. Well, one way or the other, momentarily we will get our first look of the night at a Warrior offense that is averaging over 44 points per game and also over 400 yards per game. And they will start this drive. And let's see where they put the football down finally. It's going to be right around midfield, obviously. And they'll put it right between the hashes, but now there's a walk-off. So what was good field position is now great field position as the Warriors will start this drive from the Patriot 45-yard line.
There's Memorial trying to throw off the Warriors early in this ball game, but you can't afford to give them this good a field positioning to start the ball game.
Look at the Patriot cornerbacks up in the receivers' faces in man coverage. South throws, far sideline, got a man, and guess what? He's got a touchdown on the first. Well, he's going to be pulled down shy of the goal line, but a huge gain down inside the 5-yard line, and that's that power forward receiver that we've been talking about in recent weeks. Evan Drake makes a clean catch, makes a man miss, and gets it down inside the 5, first and goal for Pieper.
Evan Drake has been such a crucial part of this team, starting to really become an important part at the receiving corps.
3 receivers to the near side. It's a zone read keep by South, and he's a big guy, and he's down around the lip of the cup, maybe inside the 1-yard line.
You got to give credit to Jake South on that play. That play looked dead in the waters. He was 1 or 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, continued to use his feet and use that tall length of his body to dive forward and put the Warriors 1 yard away.
Again, 3 receivers to the near side. That's the wide side of the field. South, option play, pitches it, and that is a walk-in. Brady Hopper with his 5th touchdown of the season, and that didn't take long at all as we've got 11-14 showing in the first quarter. So Memorial tries an onside kick. Pieper recovers. There's a personal foul on the Patriots. That gets them in good field position. They hit the big pass play to Evan Drake, and then they get the touchdown on the option pitch to Brady Hopper, 43 yards on the touchdown drive. They go for 2. They always go for 2. This time it is incomplete and unsuccessful as that pass is broken up, but still things off to a very hot and promising start for this Warrior team as they're already up 6-0, and we haven't even played a minute.
I've been saying this all season long. This team plays fast. They play quick. This is a team who, if you give them 4 plays to work with at their own 25-yard line, they'd probably still find a way to score. You find a big completion to Evan Drake on the first pass play, and then this rushing game starting to pick up. Brady Hopper, the first running back to be over 200 yards, and he marches it into the end zone. Real quick drive and real quick points for the Warriors offense.
Auspicious start for sure, but now this is going to be quite the challenge for the Warrior defense because they haven't seen a running game quite as potent as the one that Memorial has, led by their senior running back, James Peoples. We mentioned the fact that he is already committed to Ohio State. Let me just put it this way. Ohio State can recruit any back they want in the United States, and James Peoples is going to Ohio State. He presents that kind of challenge.
And not only that, but he's going to become better as he goes to Ohio State. Think about top players. Ezekiel Elliott was one of those running backs that came out of the Buckeyes. This is going to be a fun running game.
Miranda with the kickoff. It'll be taken at about the 5-yard line and returned back toward the near side. Return man still on his feet, but not anymore. He's brought down to about the 18-yard line, and we'll get our first look at the Patriot offense. Very run-oriented for sure, but they're averaging right at 40 points a game. And, Joey, in preparing this and watching a lot of video this week, one thing you'll notice, this Patriot offensive line, they're not just big and experienced and mobile. they're clean players. Don't get me wrong. They don't play dirty, but they do play with a little bit of a toot, and they're really good. And the Warriors are going to have to get as many hats as they can to the football, because otherwise James Peoples can light up the scoreboard.
It's all about playing dirty in the trenches. That you're going to find ways to move the ball forward.
Quarterback coming to the near side on first down. We do have a flag. That's Clinton Dixon, the senior quarterback for the Patriots. And the thing you'll notice about him is foot speed. Defensive play made by Leighton Lopez. But in watching, again, tape on this team this week, Clinton Dixon is just an absolute motor scooter.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about James People being a guy who could run the football as well, but Clinton Dixon right there, he proves he can get to that outside edge, and once he does that, he came sprinting down the sidelines. It took a while for a defender to get there in time. So, Paul, we're talking about a running core that's good at moving the ball forward, but you also got to keep an eye on this quarterback running the football himself.
He is quite the threat. Now, there was an early flag on that play. It was thrown almost right away. It's against the Patriots, and it's going to move the ball all the way back inside the 10-yard line at about the 9.
I believe the hold along the right guard. You can tell once Dixon was turning that corner, that's when the flag was thrown, and at the start of the drive is going backwards.
Running play coming off right guard, and that is that man James Peoples, and you can see how much lower body strength he has and how hard he is to bring down. He dragged a couple of tacklers there, and that defensive front for Pieper is big, stout fellas.
Yeah. All season long we've seen it's taken multiple guys to bring down defenders, and that's what they style their defense off of. But James People, it's going to take about 6 guys to bring him down.
On second down, quarterback in trouble inside the 5-yard line, inside the 2. Now, he did get outside the goal line. That's not a safety, but that is an outstanding play by the blitzing Mike linebacker, Caleb Gale.
Great job there by the defense getting back there quickly. There was one defender that got there first, and then Gale comes in. He was the guy that brings down the quarterback, and just like that, 3rd and very long coming up for the Patriots on their opening drive.
And that ball is just outside the goal line. They'll send 3 receivers to the near side, and they'll operate out of a one-back shotgun with the quarterback standing in the end zone. 3-man defensive front for Pieper. Now motion to the far side. Quick throw, hitch. It's complete, but it only nets out to about the 9-yard line. That's complete to Anthony Areola, who had a 78-yard touchdown reception last week versus Bastrop, but a really nice job of coming up by that Warriors secondary. And Pieper, already leading 6-0, is going to get the ball again and once again in excellent field position.
What a great defensive drive there from this Pieper Warrior team. Great job getting to the receiver quickly off of the screen pass, and only a pickup of about 4 yards. And Paul, as you mentioned, a really good field positioning on the second drive for Pieper.
Jackson Hopper is the punt return man for the Warriors, and he's standing at the Patriot 39-yard line. You get the punt away cleanly. And it's going to end up being very effective because it's going to roll a long way. So a nice job ultimately by the punter there as it carries down to the Pieper 42-yard line.
A 42 or the 50-yard line, Paul. That's still an ideal start for this Pieper offense. We're going to see them come back out on the field again. And don't be surprised if they take another big shot down the field. It worked on their very first play of the game. Why not go back to it and test this veteran defense?
It's what they do. And you know Nick Rogers, he always has a couple of gadget plays polished up. He may have a few more polished up tonight. I'll leave it at that for now. From the empty set, drive starting from the 42. Motion across the formation. South sets up, throws. Far side, it's complete, but for a gain of only 2 or 3 yards as it comes out to the 45-yard line. And that's Logan Urich, the senior receiver, making the catch.
Paul, I talked about with the Isaiah Champagne being out there, there's going to have to be more guys to step up. Urich right there finds a completion, and that just shows the depth of this Warriors receiving core.
Urich with his 3rd reception of the season. 2 receivers to either side from the one-back gun. Running play right up the middle. Brady Hopper, who had the touchdown earlier, and he's got good yardage here as he cracks into Patriot territory at about the 49.
That's what I want to see from Brady Hopper, just pounding the ball forward. The best run we've seen here in this early stages of this ball game. Use the offensive line, that the hole that they built, and now it's going to be 3rd and a yard.
Here's South on third down, gives it off to Hopper, and he's driving, and he does move the pile. Look at that offensive line, just keeps surging. Almost kind of like the tush push at that point, but it nets a first down to the Patriot 44-yard line. Nice job.
Yeah, I was going to say yards after contact are crucial, and right there, Brady Hopper picked up the first down, but good job of the offensive line pushing him forward and picking up an extra 4 yards on that play.
First down against a 3-3-5 defense. South floats to the far side, has his eyes downfield, throws, it's incomplete. The linebacker came up underneath in coverage to break that up, but it is incomplete, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Difficult play there for Jake South. He had 3 receivers all line up behind each other on that right side. So initially he rolls out to his right side, and really great coverage by the secondary for Veterans to roll to that side that Jake South is going to, and no receiver open. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Nice play defensively by the linebacker Aaron Hoyle. Here's South again, has time. Throws to the near sideline, and that one's incomplete. It was intended for Jake Strachan.
Jake Strachan, a guy who can catch the ball in contact, but this time Jake South puts him a little too far off the ball, unable to make the reception there. And now back-to-back incompletions here from the quarterback.
3rd and 10. Jake South last week threw for 4 touchdowns and ran for 2 more. So on the season, he has 23 touchdown passes against only 3 interceptions. Right now, though, he's looking at 3rd and 10. South with time, now goes to the far side. Still looking, makes a move, ducks inside one defender, gains a couple of yards, but it's going to be 4th and long. Nice play made by the defensive lineman Tyler Drake for the Vets Memorial.
Well, it doesn't look like there's any urgency to get this punting unit out on the field. We know this is a Pieper team who likes to go for it on 4th down. Kind of a no man's land right here, so why not go for it here on 4th and 8?
4th and a full 8 from the 42-yard line. One back gun. Strachan is the lone receiver to the near side, number 7. Now they motion to twins on the near side. South wants to throw, throws it over the middle. It was intended for Strachan on a slant, did not make a connection, so the ball goes over on downs, and now for the first time tonight, the Patriots are going to have good field position.
I'd say right there a good ending to that drive on the defensive side of the ball for Veterans Memorial. Forced 3 incomplete passes on 4 pass attempts from Jake South. And Paul, as you mentioned, really good field positioning for Veterans Memorial. How does this Pieper team step up on the defensive side and keep them from scoring points?
First down from the 42. Trips bunch receivers to the near side. Quarterback Dixon comes to the near side, throws it. He's got a completion out near midfield. That's Jaquan Downing on the reception for the Patriots.
Well, Paul, we talked about it in pregame how much we're going to see this running game, but surprisingly, Veterans has come out and they've gone through the air on a majority of their plays so far. We haven't seen Peoples as much as we probably thought in the first 6 minutes of this first quarter.
Peoples with only 1 carry so far. Right now, though, it's 2nd and 1 in Warrior territory at the 49. Jet sweep coming across, but not really. That's a tackle for a loss, and what a play that was by the senior Will linebacker and captain Landon Ashpaw, who read that and blew it up.
Landon Ashpaw was out for a couple weeks, and Paul, that just shows how effective he is. As soon as he's come back, gets to the ball so quickly, and a loss of yards there, and now Veterans Memorial is sitting at 3rd and medium.
Lost 4, they need 5. This one gets back to the line of scrimmage and not much more. James Peoples on the carry, and a really nice play made by the Mike linebacker, Caden Glass.
Caden Glass is another guy we say very often. Just Ashpaw and Glass just fly across the field no matter what, and that play going for nothing for James Peoples on that play.
So now it's 4th and 5, and this is just what you do these days. You go for it.
Forget the punting teams. I mean, these teams love to go for right here. And at midfield, why not if you're Veterans?
4th and 5. They motion to doubles on the near side. Dixon wants to throw. Under late pressure here, now under extreme pressure, way behind the line of scrimmage, still looking downfield, turns the corner, and he's going to be brought down shy of first down yardage on another nice play by Landon Ashpaw.
Landon Ashpaw did not give up on that play. It looked like for a second Clinton Dixon would get to the edge and find a way to escape past the defenders. But Paul, what a great defensive drive, a 3-and-out at midfield. Veterans Memorial had a chance to at least go down and score 3, and they pick up 4 yards on that drive.
And look at the mobility displayed by Landon Ashpaw, who missed several games with a bad knee, but he's got all his speed back. And so look at what we've just seen. We've seen each team turn the ball over on downs.
Turn the ball over on downs within a 10-yard radius, and now we're going to see Pieper get the ball in good field positioning for the third time this quarter.
Ball right at midfield. Now with about 5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, and Pieper leading 6-0. South against the three-man front, has all kinds of time this time. Goes to the far side. That's Strachan, who extends and makes the catch and gets down inside the 45-yard line at about the 44.
Jake South has to go buy his offensive line dinner after this. I mean, he had enough time to read a book back there, and that is what you like as a quarterback, not having to worry about the pressure coming to you, just having time to scan down the field. And that's exactly what he did on that play.
Gain of almost 7. Second and a long 3. And that's Hopper coming to the near side, gets down to about the 41. A little shy of first down yardage.
I liked what I've seen from Brady Hopper to begin this ball game. The rushing game is probably one of those parts of this offense that could use the most improvement. But so far from the start of this game, Brady Hopper, every single carry he's had has looked promising and puts Pieper in a position to pick up the first down right here.
Warriors will operate from the empty set. 3 receivers to the far side. A little shovel pass. That's a completed pass, and it will be one that's good to net the first down. That's Brady Hopper on what is officially a reception.
Paul, how many times this season have we seen that shovel pass work for this Pieper team? And once again, it proves to be successful first down for the Warriors.
Chain crew a little late moving those chains, but they get to it. Ball inside the 40 at the 39. South, the quarterback, from the one-back gun. Token play fake. He wants to throw, comes to the far side, throws it deep into the end zone and overthrows his intended receiver, Nolan Doss.
What great arm strength there by Jake South, rolling out to his right side on just 1 foot. He slung that ball 40 yards. That ball was a dot into the end zone, just a little overthrown over the head of Nolan Doss, but you got to credit lots of strength in that right arm from Doss.
So they take a shot on first down, don't make the connection. It's 2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line. Warriors trying to add to their 6-0 lead. South once again looking to the far side, has a completion to Hopper. Let's see if he can make a move. He makes one and pulls a couple of tacklers forward. Going to be shy of the first down by about a yard, maybe a yard and a half.
Brady Hopper playing a physical brand of football here tonight. A defender right in front of him, and he just wrestled with him there. Another great second down play here for this Pieper team.
3rd and about a yard and a half from the 31. Warriors figure they have 2 downs with which to work if they have to, but this could change things a little because we've got a flag and what is likely a procedure penalty against Pieper.
As that left side of the line, a little bit of a flinch there, turning the body early, and that's going to set this drive a little behind schedule with about 3rd and 6 coming up here, but with the field positioning of this, you got to think it's another 2-down territory for Coach Rogers' offense.
No doubt about that, but you'd like to really take a chunk out of this on 3rd down. Strachan, the lone receiver to the near side. Once again, the Patriot cornerbacks are coming up in press coverage. South on a screen. That's Doss looking for a block. Gets one. Gets down to about the 33. He does not have the first down, so it's going to be 4th and a couple.
Screen pass there. Nolan Doss just not a whole lot of room to work with right there, trying to move his feet. Only able to pick up about a yard or 2 on that play.
Yeah. Going to be 4th and a full 4. Now, the last time the Warriors were in this position, they went for it on 4th down, didn't make it, turned it over. But then the Patriots did exactly the same thing. Here's South on 4th down. And that is Hamilton on the carry. Gets into the ball game, and his first carry of the night nets that first down on 4th and 4. Nice job by the junior, John Hamilton.
Nice draw play there, especially on 4th and 4. We haven't seen a run play on work like that on a 4th down play, I think, all this season. And he gave it to John Hamilton, who hasn't got a touch today, and he just flew through and picked up first down and more.
That was a gain of 10. Warriors on first down against a blitz. Warriors pick it up. South throws over the middle. Does he have a man? Yes, he does. That is Logan Urich, who makes his second catch of the night, and that is a big one. What a nice leaping catch that was, and we do have a Warrior player down at about the 30-yard line.
Beautiful pass to Logan Urich. I mean, he leaped up in the air, and as I said, just stepping up for the injured Isaiah Champagne, and not looking good right now for the player down for the Warriors.
Okay, we're not going to identify the player until we are 100% sure. But obviously, there is some concern for this player at the 30-yard line. This might be a good time for us to step aside for just a moment. Back in a moment here on the Warrior Sports Network.
Hey, I got another one for you. And just look at the hole in this line. You could drive a truck right through there. I mean, the refrigerator William Perry could get a first down there. But you know who's going to get their number called for this one? Yeah, that's right, Dr. Ferris. He's like a ligating linebacker. Boom, just like that. And that's why Ferris Orthodontics is going to get the MVP for this one.
And we're back, guys.
We can confirm the injured player is Warrior starting quarterback Jake South. It appears to be some kind of leg injury. The good news is he's now walking under his own power and appears to be a little steadier with every step. He threw a great ball and a wonderful catch by Logan Urich as the Pieper Warriors post their second touchdown here in the first quarter.
Great to see Jake South walking off the field under his own power, and now they're just going to go for the extra point.
Miranda with the PAT. And it's no good. So after the first touchdown, they went for two, didn't make it. This time they go with the 1-point PAT attempt. That's no good. So our score remains 12-0 with 2:22 remaining here in the first quarter.
Well, Paul, a good ending to that drive, especially Jake South. I mean, he was just so – he had his feet planted in the pocket and just threw a beautiful ball once again to Urich. And Urich stepping up on this drive for the Warriors, and Pieper now – 2 touchdowns on 4 drives so far.
We mentioned this is a Warrior offense that's averaging over 44 points per game. But would you agree, Joey, one of the things we've seen here in the last month or 3 weeks or so is the way this Pieper defense is really coming on, and it's made all the difference in the world.
I mean, this is a Pieper team who they can score a lot of points, but Paul, as you mentioned, it's a defense. They're doing such a great job making it so difficult for teams to move the ball down the field. Look at the last drive for Veterans. They couldn't even find a way to get 10 yards. That is what it takes to win high-quality games.
This time it's Logan Lopez kicking off for Pieper, and it's a good kick that carries into the end zone. That's a touchback, and the Patriots will start this drive from their 25-yard line, trailing 12-0.
Real quick, 8 plays, 50 yards, 2 minutes and 53 seconds, and is a connection between Jake South to Logan Urich, 24-yard dot, and that makes it 12-0 with 2:22 to go here in the first quarter.
Okay, so we mentioned the fact that the Patriots have one of the really outstanding running backs in the state going for them in James Peoples. He really hasn't had as many carries as we would expect up to this point, but they may be getting back to their bread and butter now. Start the drive from the 25 from the one-back shotgun. Clinton Dixon, the quarterback for the Patriots. He gives it off. Ball carrier hit behind the line of scrimmage and dropped, and that was James Peoples. And look at the penetration led by the weak side linebacker, Nino Spina.
Great job there by Pieper quickly getting to the football. There was some film I saw earlier this week at James Peoples. He ran from the 40-yard line, and he broke 6 different tackles. It's not a guy that you can take down one-on-one, and that is what Pieper noticed in their film, and they're quickly getting to Peoples and wrapping up his body and not allowing him to get in open spaces.
That was a loss of almost 2 yards. And the third tackle for a loss in the early going here for the Warriors. This time that's Jeremiah Darden, the wide receiver, with the football. And he gains about 4. So we mentioned tackles for loss. This is impressive. The Warrior defense went in with 34 TFLs going into this game, and they've already had 3 in the first quarter tonight.
Yeah, I think that's the awareness of they're realizing that Peoples will get the football, and I think that's why Veterans Memorial trying to change it up on some of these plays.
Dixon on second down under heavy pressure takes a hit. It's a deflection and an interception. And that looks like it's that man, Jackson Hopper. Wow, with his 5th interception of the year. That was so perfectly played. Look at the pressure that was applied by Ashpaw. He put a big lick on the quarterback, Dixon. The ball sailed over the middle, was deflected, picked off, and once again, the Warriors are going to have a chance to add to their 12-0 lead.
Paul Dixon was leveled at the end of that play, and I think maybe that could have rushed the pass out there. And Jackson Hopper, I mean, this guy just continues to find ways to catch the football in every game he plays in. He's basically turning into a receiver with how many picks he's got on the season.
5 picks. And remember, a couple of weeks ago, he had 2 picks in a game and 8 tackles and was selected the San Antonio Express News Defensive Area Player of the Week. He sets his team up in great shape at the 25-yard line. And yes, that is Jake Strachan now at quarterback. And we're trying to check on the condition of Jake South. Now, understand, Strachan was the starter last year, and he is an excellent quarterback. I mean, he's really, really good. The thing is, he's also a wonderful receiver, so the idea was to get both of those Jakes on the field at the same time. But there's not a lot of drop-off here. Strachan is an excellent quarterback. That's a little shovel pass to John Hamilton, who reverses his field, cuts down inside the 15, and cracks down around the 10. Nice job of running by John Hamilton.
That's heads-up running right there. John Hamilton looked over to the right side. Really not a whole lot of space to work with. So instead, Paul, as you mentioned, a reverse play, runs all the way around his offensive line. He's able to pick up the first down for the Warriors.
Strachan, the quarterback, throws it far side, complete. That's Doss down around the 1-yard line. The ball's on the ground, but they're going to say that the ground is what jarred it loose. So that's going to be a completion. And with that, Nolan Doss was just about a yard away from his 13th touchdown reception of the season.
Yeah, Paul, looking at the replay there, it looked like as soon as the elbow hit the ground, that's what popped it loose. And Nolan Doss, as you mentioned, that much closer to adding on another touchdown on his resume in 2023.
So the Warriors obviously really want this touchdown. It'd be great to make it a 3-score game. And the thing is, too, think about this. They're playing without Jake South now and without Isaiah Champagne. So it would behoove you to build a big lead. Quarterback draw Strachan all the way down inside the 1.
Strachan's a guy who's very physical. He shows it right there on that QB draw. But, Paul, going back to that comment you just made, yeah, now you got Isaiah Champagne out. Jake Strachan's out as well. So the receiver's really going to have to step up here in these last 3 quarters.
And with that, the first quarter expires. We've played 1 here at Rutledge Stadium.
The score, Pieper 12.
And the score right now is 12-0. But keep in mind that the Warriors are knocking on the door for another score. We're back in just a moment here on the Warriors Sports Network. Back with quarter number 2. The Warriors already with 2 scores on the board and knocking on the door of another one as they will start the second quarter with the ball at the Patriot 1-yard line. But we do want to keep an eye on this. We mentioned the fact that the Warriors starting quarterback Jake South had to leave the ball game with a leg injury. We don't know the severity, but we also know that the outstanding junior receiver Isaiah Champagne was unable to play tonight, wasn't even suited up. He had some kind of brace on his left arm. That's all we know. But right now, the Warriors are operating without 2 superb offensive players. Strachan, the quarterback, gives it off, and that's Hamilton on the carry, and Hamilton cracks in for the score.
Next man up right there, John Hamilton runs it right up the gut, And the Warriors capitalizing right there, and now up 3 possessions. And this Warrior team, doesn't matter who's on the field, because they will find a way to score in the end zone.
So keep in mind that was all set up on the deflected interception by Jackson Hopper that gave the Warriors such great field position and led to their 3rd touchdown of the night. Strachan is the holder. And the kicker this time is Logan Lopez. PAT is on its way, and it's good. And with that, the Warriors extend their lead to 19-0, just underway in quarter number 2.
Paul, real quick, 5 plays, 24 yards, a minute and 7 seconds, and it's capped off by a John Hamilton rushing touchdown. And just like that, the Warriors lead 19-0 with less than 12 minutes till halftime.
And this has been good complementary football by the Warriors. I mean, the offense already has posted 3 touchdowns, but keep in mind, the defense has put just enormous heat on the Patriots starting quarterback Clinton Dixon. And also, Veterans Memorial has not been able to get their star running back James Peoples untracked here.
Peoples has had no empty field to work with in this ball game. I mean, as soon as he gets a touch, it seems like he's being swarmed by 4 different defenders. And with that, it's really hard to pick up any yardage here. And hopefully the game plan continue to attack Peoples and force Dixon to pass the ball to anybody else besides Peoples.
Here's Daniel Miranda with the kickoff. High end-over-end kick that's going to be taken at the 16-yard line and returned, but not very far. Return of maybe 2 yards. And the Patriots will start this drive inside their 20-yard line.
Right there, it just kind of looks like some second guessing on the return, a couple jab steps there before moving forward. And the reason I mention that is will Veterans Memorial can start to overthink some of their steps that they're going to do on these run plays instead of just going forward. If they start to second guess, that allows the defense to get a step ahead on a lot of these plays trying to get to the backfield.
They have so many different power running formations, and sometimes it's difficult just to get lined up properly against it. And the Warrior defense spent hours and hours on that this week. Patriots from the 19. The quarterback Dixon goes to the far side, throws a short pass, and the receiver is just absolutely leveled as soon as he touches the ball. Officially no gain. And I think coming up on that play was the outstanding sophomore cornerback, Raja Lopez.
Great tackle there by Lopez, immediately leveling the receiver right there. And as I said, Dixon is going to have to find receivers because Peoples is going to be locked up all game long.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the 20. Patriots trailing 19-0. Warrior defense showing blitz. Here they come. Running play, far side, and see, that's the thing. You can get him once, twice, 3 times, and then the guy does something like that. And the guy I'm talking about is James Peoples, and that was an impressive run that nets a first down out at the 33-yard line. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. This time running play coming to the near side, and again, that's Peoples. This time held to a gain of only about 2, brought down by the 2 linebackers, Caleb Gale and Caden Glass.
Good job there by Glass and Gale to quickly get to Peoples. He just got a big rush there. Find a way to stop him after those big type of runs.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Running play off right guard. Gain of maybe a yard, maybe a yard and a half, and that's Peoples once again. And a really nice play made by defensive end, the senior Hiram McCarter.
Veterans notice that Peoples had that little spark of energy. They're going to start to run the ball a little bit more, but the last 2 plays not going for very much.
3rd and 7. Defensive line gets back on side. No contact made. No problem. Play clock at 22. 3rd and 7. 3-man defensive front. 5 defensive backs. Motion to the near side. Dixon throws it, and the receiver has to go to his knees, so whether or not he caught it, that's Anthony Areola, is almost kind of immaterial because either way, it's going to be 4th down, and this time the Patriots are going to have to punt.
That's a low throw, and that's a rush throw there by Clinton Dixon. He sees his receiver open on that play to trying to find a way to quickly sling it out to that right side, but as a result, it's too low and a loss of a yard, and we're going to see the second punt of the night coming up for Veterans Memorial.
Jorge Beragon is the punter for the Patriots, and Jackson Hopper is the punt return man. Punts away, relatively low kick that's going to be taken and fair caught at the 35-yard line.
35-yard line. First and 10.
Paul, another really good defensive drive for this Pieper team, with the exception of the James Peoples run. Really not a whole lot of yardage going for this Veterans team. And it's going to be interesting to see what type of halftime adjustments Veterans makes, because if they want to find a way to win this ball game, they're going to have to do more than just hand the ball off to Peoples.
Well, so far, the Warriors doing exactly what they wanted to do, and that was to get a significant lead early in this game. First and 10. And this is good news I've got for you in just a moment. After this first down carry by Brady Hopper. Yeah, let's all breathe a sigh of relief. Everybody up here, ready? That is Jake South back in this football game.
Good to see him back out there on the field. Go with an opening rush there to Brady Hopper on that play. It looks like there's a wrap on his right ankle there, as it's heavily taped up with that yellow tape.
South wants to throw, looks near side, throws it just behind his intended receiver on the hook route. Couldn't quite make the connection. It was intended for Nolan Doss.
Yeah, a little bit behind the back there of Nolan Doss. Maybe a slight second earlier, and then Nolan Doss would have caught that ball in stride, and instead he has to slow down, kind of reach behind his body, and now an incomplete pass, 3rd and 3 coming up here for the Warriors.
2 receivers to either side. Hopper is the running back standing alongside the quarterback, Jake South. Hopper gets the carry and gets the first down out across the 45 to about the 47.
I'd say since the Lander-Glenn game, I think Brady Hopper has been a really reliable running back. He's been able to move the ball forward, and he's proving why he was the first running back on the team to surpass 200 yards here in the season.
And we've also had a nice contribution by another running back, John Hamilton, tonight. South with time. Comes to the near side. Now here's some late pressure. Throws it, and it's incomplete. It was intended there for Evan Drake.
Good effort there by Drake. He sends that arm just a little too far out of reach. But if it's a little closer, especially with the size of Drake, you got to think he probably could have hauled that ball in and would have gone for a first down.
Following the incompletion, it's 2nd down. Ball on the far hash mark. 3 receivers to the near side. South takes the snap, throws over the middle, got a man. That's Doss. And what a wonderful throw that was. He threaded the needle, and an equally great catch by Doss, who knew he was going to take a pop.
That's right. Nolan Doss always finds a way to get open on that play, and that was a Jake Strachan type of catch right there. He knew that there was going to be contact, leaps up into the air, hauls it in, and he's hit, and he picks up the first down for the Warriors.
At the Patriot 35-yard line. South gives it off to Hopper into the second level of the defense and gets about 5 yards.
That's a good run right there. A couple weeks ago, this is a Warrior team who really struggled on first down. To be able to get 4 or 5 yards on that first down, it allows you to breathe a little sigh of relief on these 2nd and 3rd down plays.
Officially a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Running play, near side. That's Hopper again. And he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down, but still good, tough running by that sophomore running back, Brady Hopper.
Yeah, Brady Hopper had a defender on his back, and he still moved him forward for 3-4 yards on that play and sets it up in really manageable positioning here for Pieper.
3rd and less than 1. Nearing the 7-minute mark here in the 2nd quarter. That's a pass, that's a reception, that's a completion, and that's a first down. That's Hopper.
That shovel pass is so hard to defend right there, and Pieper executes it perfectly every single time. And Brady Hopper is starting to get in a little bit more of a groove as the time progresses here in this first half.
First down from the 21-yard line. South, play fake, throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was between 2 receivers, and maybe the Warriors a little bit lucky that resulted in only an incompletion. Ball may have been deflected as well.
Yeah, I think so too. It looks like the intended target on that play was Nolan Doss on the slant pass, and I think, yeah, it did get a little bit of a piece from a defender. If not, Nolan Doss probably could have found a way to walk into the end zone once again.
Second down, South off the play fake. Throws, far side, complete. That's Hopper, and he's near another first down. That could be Logan Urich, actually, on the reception.
Logan Urich, wow, Paul, what a game he's had. You mentioned earlier in this bowl game, 3 receptions entering the night, and he's already got 3 in this bowl game.
Made a big contribution already as the Warriors trying to add to their 19-0 lead. Here's the give to Hamilton, and look at this. John Hamilton walks into the end zone with the 4th touchdown of the first half for the Pieper Warriors. That's an 11-yard touchdown run.
John Hamilton flexing his muscles right there. I mean, it just seemed like he kind of elbowed off a defender on that play. It looked like veterans had him around the 3-yard line, and he just shoved him off with the shoulder and kept on driving forward. Touchdown for the Warriors, and they continue to be in control of this first half. Miranda on for the PAT, sends it on its way, and it's good. And with that, the Warriors extend their lead to 26-0 with 6:25 remaining before halftime. We're back in a moment right here on the Warriors Sports Network.
Got the tickets?
Yep, I got them right here. I'll see you at 9.
Call GVTC today for our premium Wi-Fi service. Because Wi-Fi dead zones are downright
Terrifying.
GVTC, official Wi-Fi of the undead.
All right, Paul and Joey, you're back.
Joey, set that scoring drive info for us.
I believe this one was the longest drive of the night. 11 plays, 65 yards, 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and is capped off by an 11-yard touchdown for John Hamilton, who just flexed his muscles and walked into the park and into the end zone for a touchdown.
Logan Lopez with the kickoff. It's high and relatively deep. Hits at the 1. That's dangerous. Did that cross the plane? It did. Boy, the Patriots got lucky there because once it crosses the plane, it is a touchback, but that was almost coming back the other direction.
It had the backspin to come back into the field of play, but it barely crossed that line up in the air. That's a really risky ball. You gotta pick those balls up on the kickoff, especially with the new rules where you can call for a fair catch inside your own 10. And right there, Veterans catches a break right there, or else Pieper could have had really good field positioning once again.
All right, so the Patriots start this drive from their 25. Dixon, the quarterback. It's kind of a lead sweep with the quarterback, and he gets only a gain of 3 yards, maybe. Nice play made once again by the Will linebacker, the senior Landon Ashpaw, who's having a big half.
Landon Ashpaw using all of his body to make the tackle right there. Lands on top of Dixon, and it only allows him 3 yards.
2nd and 7, 3-man defensive front. Jet sweep coming far side. Gets across the 30-yard line. That's the wide receiver, Jeremiah Darden, on the carry there. They like that play.
You can tell they're using Darden a lot more, especially on those jet sweeps, getting the ball away from Peoples and puts the ball for a position for James People to get it here on 3rd and short.
3rd and 2 officially. Play clock at 21. In a 26-0 game so far, as the Pieper Warriors have been dominant on both sides of the ball. Okay, it's an RPO, run pass option. They elect to throw it, and they appear to have the first down out at about the 39-yard line on the completion of the guy we just referenced, the senior wide receiver, Jeremiah Darden, the tackle made by Jackson Hopper.
Clinton Dixon a little slow to get up after that play. I mean, he's already been hit several times fairly hard whenever releasing the football. It appears to be all right for this play, but the pressure continuing to come towards Dixon.
On first down, Dixon gives it off to that man, James Peoples, and he doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. He's brought down by defensive lineman, the sophomore Thor Michael Burst, and that is, at least unofficially, the 4th tackle for a loss for this Warrior defense here in the first half.
Thor was in there. Who else was in there? Landon Ashpaul was in there as well. He's all over the field right now. Another tackle for loss and playing behind the chains on second down.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Dixon keeping all the way on the far side. He takes a big pop there. Well, he scoots out of it. He reverses field, coming back to the near side, and is brought down at about the 45-yard line. Good pursuit, persistent pursuit by the Mike linebacker, Caleb Gale.
Caleb Gale threw his shoulder on the end of that play for Dixon, and you could tell they're continuing to put big hits on this quarterback right here, and you got to credit Clinton Dixon just absorbing these contacts and moving the ball forward.
3rd and about 5. We got a whistle. And there's some celebrating going on by the Warrior defense, so this looks like a walk-off against Vets. And it is, moves the ball back inside the 40-yard line at the 39, where it will be 3rd and a full 10.
Patriots cannot afford a false start penalty right there, especially with Clinton Dixon working for a hard 5 yards, and now they're back at 3rd and long here with less than 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Dixon from the gun. They motion to trips on the far side. Dixon wants to throw under pressure. They're trying to set a screen. They got an interception is what they've got. That is a wonderful play by the guy that just made that tackle for a loss a moment ago. The defensive lineman, the sophomore, Thor Michaelburst, makes a play.
Well, I think Thor Michaelburst was in shock. I mean, the ball landed right in his lap right there. It reminded me whenever you're playing pickup basketball and you pass to the guy that's wearing the same color as you. Thor Michaelburst right there intercepts the ball, and great field positioning inside the 30 in Patriot territory.
It's a very athletic play by that sophomore. So the Warrior defense with a couple of interceptions. Very timely interceptions here in the first half, and they're trying to add to their 26-0 lead. They'll start this drive from the 29. Really a nice job by the Warrior offensive line tonight. Very steady. South, the quarterback. Okay, here's the gadget I'm talking about. It's wide open. If they hit it, it's wide open. Yes, yes, that is Nolan Doss. He is the recipient of his, my goodness, 13th touchdown pass of the season, and that's a 29-yard score off the flea flicker.
The flea flicker, 3 different hands got on that ball, and then it got capped off by the 4th and final touch to Nolan Doss in the end zone. 29-yard pass, and Nolan Doss, he finds a way to get open week in and week out, and another touchdown for the Warriors.
Warriors trying to add a point to their 32-0 lead. And just like that, it's 33-0. Just a couple of minutes away from halftime. We're going to take a short break. Back in just a moment right here on the Warrior Sports Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Warriors Network is brought to you by Stevens Roofing and Remodeling, Ferris Orthodontics, GVTC, and Comal Independent School District.
Paul and Joey, you're back.
Back with the kickoff. Everything coming up roses for the Pieper Warriors. My goodness, they lead this game 33-0. Joey, I'll just tell you straight up, I didn't see this coming. We'll come to you for scoring drive information in just a moment. Following the kickoff, which is high and taken back at the 7-yard line, and return back toward the middle of the field, but the return man does not get to the 20-yard line. So tell us all about it, Joey.
Lots of storylines in this ball game, but we'll go through the scoring drive real quick. After just 2 drives ago, the longest scoring drive of the ball game, we have the shortest one, 7 seconds long, and it was a flea flicker, 1 play for 29 yards, 29-yard touchdown pass to Nolan Doss, making it 33-0 with 3:27 to go here in the second quarter.
You know, here's the thing about gadgets. It's all about when you call them, and that was the perfect time to call that play.
The ideal time, and it worked out perfectly. I don't think that pass could have been more beautiful, and Nolan Doss, he caught it in stride. He didn't have to slow down at all, and it just landed in the breadbasket for the touchdown for the Warriors.
This Vets offense is not designed to come back from 33 down. Running play on first down, gets across the 20-yard line for a gain of about 2. And that's the junior Jaquan Downing on the carry for the Patriots.
It's really difficult to fight back down and come back.
2nd and 8, RPO again. It's complete, and the receiver tucks up underneath the defender, but it's still about 2 yards shy of a first down, and that was Jaquan Downing on the reception. And he was brought down by the strong safety, Chris Vivians, who had 9 tackles a week ago tonight against Cedar Creek.
The thing about this Veterans offense is even when they do have pass plays, they've typically just been screen passes that have gone for about 5 yards. We really haven't seen a play go deep down the field.
3rd and 4. Lots of pursuit applied there by defensive end David Huntsman, along with Caden Glass. Wow. And it's 4th down. And really, you can't blame them. You have to punt the football here, and that's what they're going to do.
Pieper has had way too many good field positionings in this ball game to give him one more right here, especially down 33-0. And Paul, I'm thinking right now this is probably the best defensive performance we've seen from them this season.
No question. And we've seen some other good ones.
Great performances as well.
Jackson Hopper is the deep return man for the Warriors. Standing back at his 45. The punt's away. Hopper has to back up. Now the punt backs up, takes a little bit of a Pieper bounce. But once again, Warrior offense in good shape, and they still have 2:23 with which to work and try to add to their 33-0 lead.
You mentioned that you went to practice this week and you saw how locked in everybody looked.
Everybody.
You could tell. They look locked in tonight. The defense, they came in. They knew who they were dealing with, and they've shown it here in this first 24 minutes of action.
And let me say this Warrior team, they're very lovable for a lot of reasons, one of which is they get down to business. They're always focused. I have not seen them have a really bad practice, but you could just tell it had reached another quantum level on Tuesday.
And you could tell the attention to detail in practice this week is being executed on the field. They are firing on all cylinders. The flags, where have the flags been against this Pieper team? They haven't been anywhere to be found.
South on first down, goes to his left, has a completion to the other Jake, Strachan. And he's got a first down into Patriot territory. But we do have a flag on the play.
Maybe a little bit of an announcer's jinx right there. First penalty against the Warriors. But, I mean, think about it. We got 2:15 to go here in the second quarter and no flags against this Warrior team prior to that play.
I can't say enough good things about the senior receiver, Logan Urich, who's having a big half. And keep in mind, he's stepping in because Isaiah Champagne is unable to play tonight because of, we don't know exactly what the injury is, but it appeared to have something to do with his left arm. But Urich is just getting it done, and this is a walk-off against the Warriors.
I mean, what a day for Urich already. 3 catches here in the first half with a touchdown as well. Urich stepping up for Isaiah Champagne, and the depth on this team is just insane. It seems like anybody that lines up as a receiver can make catches, and he can pick up positive yards.
We'll replay first down, this time 1st and 15. South looks to the far side, wide receiver screen to that man, Urich. And he's got the penalty yardage back at least, and maybe another yard, but it's going to be 2nd and long.
And that's another thing that Piper's done good on first downs today. They've been able to move the ball down the field. It's something that they've struggled in multiple games this season, but on first down tonight, Pieper moving the ball forward, and that just makes the rest of the plays on that next 10 yards so much more easier.
2nd and 9. South with lots of time. Now lays it off and has a short completion. That's about the 45-yard line. And that was complete once again to Urick.
Urick with a little jab step there before running forward. And right there picks up about 4 yards, and third and manageable with still 3 timeouts to go for Pieper.
Third and about 7. Running play. And it's stacked up at about the 47-yard line. And the clock will run with now 1:10 remaining before halftime. That was John Hamilton on the carry for the Warriors.
I'm wondering right here if they're going to waste a little bit of time and go for it, or are they going to waste all the time down, then call a timeout? Either way, 33-0 is not anything we would have expected going into halftime just 2 hours ago.
Did not see this coming. And my goodness, the Warriors have done such a great job in so many areas, but the extent to which they have just throttled that All-America, practically, running back James Peoples for the Patriots, that's been amazing. He's largely been a non-factor.
He has not been a factor at any point in this ball game, with the exception of the 1 10-yard rush from James People. He really hasn't had anything. I mean, this is a guy who had offers from Alabama, Ohio State. I mean, think about Alabama. They produced Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, and here tonight, James People, just nothing to show so far. Man, it's not anything against Veterans Memorial. It's all this Warrior defense. They've played amazing.
Completely agree, and I don't want anybody to think that I'm in any way underselling James Peoples. I have watched so much video of him this week. He is a phenomenal high school running back.
But, I mean, just this defense, I just can't think of another time this season that this defense has been this good. We've seen good rushing defense all season long from Pieper, but this game specifically, they knew who they were facing up against, and they've had a really good first half here at Rutledge Stadium.
At some point in this game, we're going to have to select a defensive player of the game for Pieper, and I'll probably just let you do it, Joey, because there's so many candidates for that, and I don't want to make anybody mad. I'll leave that to you.
Can we do 1 week where we just pick the whole defense?
It would be very appropriate this time. The Warriors are going to punt it here on 4th down. Strachan gets it away, and it'll hit and roll inside the 15 and be killed at about the 14 with 24 seconds remaining before halftime. And we hope that you'll stick around for the Ferris Orthodontics halftime show. We'll hear from the wonderful Pieper Band of Warriors under the direction of Evan Berry.
Pieper Band been great all year, so we hope you stick around and watch during halftime. I mean, great performance on the field from the football team and the band as well.
Just an outstanding band. And they have such a strong, unique sound.
Great sound.
.24 seconds left in the half. Warriors showing blitz. Dixon, the quarterback, comes to the near side. Now pulls the trigger on a very short completion out across the 20 to the 21-yard line. That was Jaquan Downing on the catch for the Patriots.
Once again, just small little pass plays here from Veterans Memorial. They're not going for deep passes down the field. They just use those sidelines to pick up small little chunks rather than going deep down the field.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Running play, near side. That's Peoples. And this time he gets a first down. Actually, that's Jaquan Downing on the carry.
That was an explosive run there, picking up the first down. You got to think that's why Veterans decided to run it right here with the last couple seconds of the first half.
This will be the last play of the half if we even run it. Clock at 2. They get it off. Dixon comes to the far side, heaves it deep down the right sideline. And whether it's a catch or not is immaterial because we have reached the end of a shocking first half. Our score after 24 minutes, wow, Pieper 33 and Vets Memorial 0. Now we may have a flag on the play, so we may have to extend this for just a second.
There is a penalty flag in the backfield.
Wonder if it's a holding with the way the flag is, but you got to think if it's a holding call, you just decline it, go into the break with a really ideal lead in such a crucial game here in district play.
Well, in this case, if it had been a penalty on the offense, the half would be over. You just can't end the half on a defensive penalty, so this walk-off will be against the Warriors. So this officiating crew, headed by the referee Mike McWilliams, taking the time they need to sort this one out and get it right. And that's what you want. So the Patriots are going to get another shot, one more play in the half, but the line of scrimmage is going to be all the way down to the Pieper 30-yard line and more. Now there's another walk-off. So now they're in position to do something with this bonus play. My goodness, they're still walking all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Wow. And also the chance right here to score. I mean, in good field position right here if you're Veterans Memorial, a team who hasn't passed the ball very many times deep down the field. They're going to have to go with some sort of a slant pass. You put all four receivers into the end zone, or are they going to keep the ball on the ground? I mean, we'll see what Veterans, I'm sure they have a play for this sort of situation right here.
Well, they got one shot from the 15. Clinton Dixon has gone all the way at quarterback. Claps to the ball. Gets it, comes to the near side under heavy pressure. Reverses his field and just gets scissored. And this ball is picked off. Yet another INT. And I think, would it be that guy? Would it be that guy? Caleb Gale on the interception? Wow, what a performance by this defense in the first half. That does end the half with our score, Pieper 33 and Veterans Memorial nothing. Back with our halftime festivities in just a moment, right here on the Warrior Sports Network.
Hey, I got another one for you. And just look at the hole in this line. You could drive a truck right through there. I mean, the refrigerator William Perry could get a first down there. But you know who's going to get their number called for this one? Yeah, that's right, Dr. Ferris. He's like a ligating linebacker. Boom, just like that. And that's why Ferris Orthodontics is going to get the MVP for this one.
Paul and Joey, you're back.
This one is raising eyebrows all over town for sure. This looked like a dead even matchup going in. It has been anything but that through the first half as the Warriors lead Veterans Memorial here at Rutledge Stadium 33-0. And there's not one phase of the game in which the Warriors have not excelled.
The Warriors have dominated this ball game. Special teams, defense, offense, three turnovers forced by this defense. The offense started the ball game off, and they just marched the ball down the field. Receivers are stepping up. Logan Urich is all over the place. Nice game from Brady Hopper on the ground. Everybody is doing their part, but the defense, let's focus on the defense. What a night they are having. And the future Buckeye, has had nowhere to go, and that's because everybody on the defense has stepped up. What a game we've seen here from the Warriors here in this first half.
Let me ask you a question. Is your heart beating again? Because I must confess, mine really slowed down. I was having a little problem there when Jake South had to momentarily leave the ballgame.
Yeah, that was a scary sign there, but I'm glad to see he was able to come back with just after one drive, Jake Strachan.
Right.
And on that drive, Jake Strachan ended up scoring a touchdown. That's what you talked about. This is a team who's got two really good quarterbacks.
You know who else is good? This Pieper band of Warriors. What a strong sound, and they get rave reviews everywhere they go. So as part of our Ferris Orthodontics halftime show, let's go down to the field and hear from this band of Warriors.
Warrior band look for the winner in the end.
Halftime. In just a few moments.
Tonight, the award-winning Veterans Memorial Pieper Band will be performing movements 1 through 3 of their 2023 UIL competition show, Haunted. The Patriot Band is led onto the field by drum majors Hunter Edcock and Rain Summerson. Directors of the Patriot Band are Jeremiah Boonery, Gabriel Gallegos, and color guard director Melanie Giulio. Again, Patriot Band, sit back, relax, and enjoy the 2023 competition show, Haunted.
I got another one for you. And just look at the hole in this line. You could drive a truck right through there. I mean, the refrigerator William Perry could get a first down there. But you know who's going to get their number called for this one? Yeah, that's right, Dr. Ferris. He's like a ligating linebacker. Boom, just like that. And that's why Ferris Orthodontics is going to get the MVP for this one.
Paul and Joey, you're back.
Back at halftime on this 8th Friday night of the high school football regular season. And there are some eyes being popped by this score at halftime. Pieper leads Veterans Memorial by a score of 33-0. Jake South with a pair of touchdown passes. John Hamilton with 2 rushing TDs. And really an overwhelming effort, Joey, by this Pieper defense.
14 points off of turnovers in that first half. Paul, they got to be averaging around 21 points per game off of turnovers this season. Is a Pieper defense who's just been so good. And I think sometimes we just overlook it just because of how fast-paced this offense is, but the defense was outstanding in half number 1. I wouldn't be surprised if they played 24 minutes of really solid football as well.
Well, and you mentioned the contribution by the defense. Not only do they produce points directly, but they always give the offense the ball in great field position, and a wonderful effort tonight. You mentioned the 3 interceptions, but also the relentless pursuit and the way they have just bottled up vet star running back James Pieper.
I mean, just think about how many times that the ball has been either at the 50-yard line or in Veterans Memorial territory. I think there were 3 drives in that first half that started in Patriot territory. And when you only have to go 50 or less yards to go down the field, it makes it that much easier to score points.
All right, so the Warriors went into this game with an overall record of 6-1, having won 5 in a row, and a district record of 3-0. So if they hold on and prevail tonight, and they do lead 33-0 at halftime, we're down to the last 2 weeks of the regular season. The Warriors will host Lockhart a week from tonight at Warrior Coliseum, then close out the regular season 2 weeks from tonight, November 3rd, on the road against Liberty Hill. That's always fun.
Got a smile on my face because 2 weeks from now is going to be a lot of fun, and if everything goes to plan, if the Warriors can hold out for this second half, take care of business next week, that could set up a district championship for a team who had just 2 wins 12 months ago.
This is really a phenomenal story. And I'll tell you who's not surprised by it. The Warrior team and the Warrior coaching staff. It is amazing to me. Don't get me wrong, they're not in any way arrogant or cocky,
No, not
but
at
their
all.
confidence level week to week, they expect to win the football game.
And I mean, that's what they do. They come out, and I would say just the whole athletic department, because if you look at their volleyball team as well, it's the same way. It's great to see what Warrior Athletics is doing.
Second half kickoff taken at the 15-yard line. And Vets will get the ball first to start the second half. And they'll have it at about their 27. By the way, just momentarily, we want to apologize to you for any technical problems you may be experiencing. I promise you we're working feverishly to get this worked out. But thank you for your support. And we always want to make sure that we're serving the Warrior community. And again, there apparently have been some internet problems here. We think we've worked through them, and we want you to really enjoy this second half.
It's going to be a great second half, Paul, ready to go. We're going to see this Veterans offense for the first time tonight. Here we go for half number 2.
From the 27, Dixon, the quarterback, hands it off left tackle. And see, that's what this guy can do. That's what James Peoples can do. Finally escorted out of bounds by Leighton Lopez after that long gain, but he is just so explosive, and you can only hold him down so many times.
He's like a jolt of energy. I mean, as soon as he got past that first layer of the defense, he was off. A great block by the offensive line, and Peoples puts the ball in Warrior territory to begin half number 2.
32-yard gain on first down. That ball is knocked up in the air and almost intercepted. Chris Vivians with a very alert play from his strong safety position.
Chris Vivian's a guy we haven't said a whole lot in this ball game, but he's a guy who can be a difference maker. A couple weeks ago, whenever the Warriors were at home, Vivian's had a night of his own, and right there, good job getting his hands up, gets a deflection, and that was a ball that, if it stays up in the air a second longer, it could have been a pick.
2nd and 10 following the incompletion. Dixon claps for the ball. They set a wide receiver screen. It's complete, but it loses yards, almost 5 yards, in fact. That was Jaquan Downing on the reception, and what a play by the cornerback, Raja Lopez.
That's the only play Dixon had on that play. He dropped back. He was getting blitzed, and he only had a receiver to his left side. He couldn't throw it away because he was still inside of the tackle box, and as a result, a loss of 5 yards and playing behind the chains on 3rd and 15.
Running play, and watch all of those gold helmets converge there. They have just been relentless.
Defense just suffocating. Peoples on that rush right there, and now after a really solid rush just a couple of seconds ago, now they're going to bring out the punting unit and look to pin the Warriors deep in their own territory here in the early stages of the 3rd quarter.
That was another nice defensive play by Will linebacker Landon Ashpaw. So the punt return man, Jackson Hopper, standing back at his 13-yard line. Punt is away. Hopper calls for a fair catch, but lets it hit. Rolls inside the 5 and into the end zone for the touchback.
That was an ideal chance right there. Veterans had a perfect opportunity to down that one inside the 5, and instead the ball just takes a Warrior bounce and dribbles into the end zone to put the ball back at the 20 for the Warriors. And now we're going to see them for the first time here in the second half.
From the 20 on 1st down, Jake South, the quarterback. Running play coming far side. That's Brady Hopper on the carry, and he will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
Run play to open up the second half here for the Warriors. And as Paul mentioned, if barely able to get back to the line of scrimmage there for Brady Hopper, going to set up 2nd and 10.
South again gives it off, and once again that's Hopper, and this time with much better results as he cracks across the 30-yard line and has the first down.
Good run there for Brady Hopper. I feel like he's had a really solid night from start to finish. A nice little jolt of energy right there, right up the gut, and picks up 10 yards for the first down.
Warriors quickly to the LOS. South looks to the near side, has time, pulls it down, now throws to a wide open Jake Strachan, and he's tight roping it down the sideline. He did step out, but he's got a significant gain and a Warrior first down. And look at the time that Jake South had there. The protection has just been impeccable. Gain of 31.
I mean, great job by that offensive line buying so much time for Jake South to be so comfortable. Scans left, scans right, scans back to the left side, and a breakup of coverage in the zone, and wide open is Jake Strachan.
From the 39 on 1st down. That's Hopper again with some very determined running. Gets down to about the 36.
And there's another good run here for Brady Hopper. Those first down runs is something that early in the season the Warriors weren't good at, and as the season's progressed, they're starting to move the ball early on these first downs, and that allows Jake South to be more comfortable here in these middle plays.
Gain of almost 4. On 2nd down, that's Hopper again into the secondary, across the 30-yard line, inside down to about the 28. And it looks like he has another Pieper first down.
We talked about how good this offensive line has been for Jake South, but talk about how good they are for Brady Hopper. They're opening up perfect holes, and Brady Hopper is executing and picking up first downs off them.
South, the quarterback, on 1st down. Token play fake, has time, throws deep into the end zone, and the pass falls incomplete. And we do have a flag back in the Warrior backfield.
Yeah, flag at the line of scrimmage. Looked like number 6, Sebastian Walker, was saying that he's got his jersey pulled. We'll see if the officials agree with that call.
Well, there you hear the holding call by the referee, Mike McWilliams. And that'll be a 10-yard walk-off. And the Warriors have to get down to about the 18-yard line to get a first down. From the empty set, South, pressure coming off the edge. They dump it off on the screen. This is set up nicely. It's going to clear down to about the 26-yard line. That's Hopper on the reception.
That was a really nice screen pass there. Let the defense come screaming in towards Jake South, and all he had to do was just put a little rainbow up to Brady Hopper, and he had plenty of daylight in front of him and able to get back to the line of scrimmage here on second down.
Yeah, so they get back the penalty yardage. Hopper standing to the right of the quarterback, Jake South. Here's the snap. Off right tackle. Another good gain, and what a surge by that Pieper offensive line. Joey, I mean, they're thumping right now.
This is one of those Brady Hopper type drives. We've seen it multiple times this season where Brady Hopper basically takes the ball down the field, and this is one of them. 3 straight touches for Brady Hopper, 3rd and medium for the Warriors.
And it's nice when you're up 33-0 where you can burn clock like that too. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. 2 receivers to either side. 3-man defensive front for the Patriots. Running play, Hopper again, this time wide off right tackle. He's down around the 20. Looks like they're going to mark him about a yard short.
Keep giving that ball to 32. He continues to move the ball down the field, puts it 4th and really short here. And with the way that Brady Hopper's moved the ball in this drive, wouldn't be surprised if they give the ball back to him to go for that first down.
We'll know shortly. Here on 4th and a long one. South gives it off. Hopper, first down.
Hopper takes the ball up the middle. Ball down near the 16.
Ball. Brady Hopper's just moving the ball down the field. This is his drive. He does it once again. Another first down for this Warrior team. And we talked about James Pieper, but we talk about Brady Hopper. What a night he's had so far.
John Hamilton relieves him at running back, and remember that Hamilton has scored 2 rushing touchdowns tonight. South looks to the far side, throws to the corner, and can't quite make connections with the intended receiver, Andrew Grindstaff, a sophomore who's really been coming on.
There was a flag in the secondary. Wonder if there was a little too much contact with Evan Drake, who really was able to get to the jump. I feel like that pass was intended for Drake, but instead the receiver kind of cut it off and went to that far pylon in the far corner.
Remember, that was a first down play. Okay, so Joey, yeah, we got a defensive holding call.
Yeah, so there were 2 receivers over in that corner. One of them was Evan Drake on that far right side around the 5-yard line. And that's where the holding was, because if not, I think Evan Drake was going towards that far right corner, and he would have probably caught a touchdown pass, but instead the holding there against the Patriots is going to set up a first down.
South. Screen coming near side, intended for Strachan, incomplete.
Well, that screen pass has already worked multiple times in this drive. Why not go back to it? The only difference on those past plays was that Brady Hopper was the intended target. On this time, it's Jake Strachan, and I just don't think there was enough time to make that completion and go for extra yards.
The Warriors spend so much time every week in practice working on that whole wide receiver screen series, including a couple of new wrinkles they put in this week with respect to their blocking pattern. South, pump fake, throws into the end zone. It's incomplete. Warriors looking for another flag. Grindstaff once again the intended receiver, and we do have a flag in the end zone.
Grindstaff's the intended target on that play, and it looks like on this specific play, it looked like the defensive back kind of gets his feet tangled up with Grindstaff. You saw him kind of lose his balance there for a second. That's really easy for the official to call the flag, and it's going to be, looks like another first down coming up for the Warriors. Moving
the ball down inside the 5-yard line. So the Patriots right now down 33-0, not doing themselves any favors. They put it down at the 2-yard line. Warriors trying to add to their 33-0 lead.
And Paul, look who's back in the ball game. It's Brady Hopper. Would not be surprised if they go for a handoff right here.
Would not shock me either. South. Yeah, gives it off to Hopper. And they get the result they want. Another Pieper touchdown. This one from 2 yards out as Brady Hopper gets his second TD of the night.
So now 4 rushing touchdowns. You got 2 for John Hamilton, 2 for Brady Hopper. And the rushing game, just such a great improvement from that Leander Glenn game to the game we are right here towards the end of October.
Who would have thought that it would be the Warriors who would be dominating the rushing statistics in this game? Could have gotten long odds on that one. The PAT is up and good. Man, and with that, with 6:30 remaining here in the third quarter, the Warriors extend their lead to 40-0 and are in position to run their district record to 4-0. Back with the kickoff in just a moment, right here on the Warrior Sports Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Warriors Network is brought to you by Stevens Roofing and Remodeling, the Branch Neighborhood Grill, San Martin Orthodontics, and Stratton Sport and Spa.
Paul and Joey, you're live.
Back at Rutledge Stadium, here's the kickoff. It hits inside the 15-yard line, is fielded inside the 10, and the return man in a heap of trouble and hurt at about his 7-yard line. Wonderful coverage by that Pieper kickoff team.
Well, here we go for the scoring drive. This is a team who can score the ball from 20 yards out, or they can go 80 yards, and that's what that drive was. 11 plays, 80 yards, 3 minutes and 51 seconds. Longest drive of the night, and it was capped off by a Brady Hopper 2-yard touchdown run, and that was all Brady Hopper's drive. He just marched the ball down the field, and that is what led to a 40-0 lead here in the third quarter.
Later on, we'll be selecting our Warrior offensive and defensive players of the game, and we've got candidates galore on both sides of the ball. On first down, running play coming near side. Ball carrier brought down at the 24-yard line. That is Peoples, and once again you can see his lower body strength. But look at the way the free safety Reese Madigan hung on for the tackle as he combined with Caleb Gale, the Mike linebacker.
That's a great tackle there by Madigan, because if he does not wrap his hands around the waist of Peoples, he's going to the house.
Dixon on the keep on first down. He lowers his head. He's near a first down out at about the 35-yard line.
Well, that rush right there, you just see the head go down. And that's one of those plays where Patriots are fighting for extra yards right there, and a nice run on first down.
9 yards, so it's 2nd and 1. Running play, near side. Peoples on the carry. And that carry clears for the first down. That was a really nice job. I had to mention this real quickly, of meeting that block by Jordan Grant. He did a very nice job in turning it back in, or it might have been a bigger game.
I was going to say, Peoples just moves so fluid. I mean, the way he's able to cut, we've seen it on those big type of runs.
On first down, only gets a couple. Brought down by a guy who's having a good night, the senior defensive end, David Huntsman.
David Huntsman's good. Lennon Oshpaw's good. I mean, it's going to be difficult to make this player of the game here in the next couple quarters.
Yeah, it is. Tunnel screen here on second down. And watch that secondary come flying up. That was Anthony Areola on the catch for the Patriots.
Areola's been used a lot more, but look how quickly the defense swarmed to that play. As soon as Areola caught it, you could count 3, maybe 4 defenders were quickly there to stop the receiver.
It'll be 3rd and 3 with inside 5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Clinton Dixon, the quarterback, gives it off. Running play, far side. Ball carrier breaks into the clear and gets down inside the 25-yard line, and that is Peoples. And you are seeing this talent and explosiveness that we've been talking about.
Yeah, it's breaking through in this second half as the defense gets a little bit more fatigued. I mean, once he saw him turn that corner, I mentioned earlier, you cannot be one-on-one with James Peoples, and he was left one-on-one, and he broke that tackle, and he's able to pick up about 20 yards on the run.
Line of scrimmage to 23, and here on first down, it's an RPO. Is that another pick? Almost. Ball came out, but Raja Lopez very nearly had the Warriors' fourth INT of the night.
That ball was in Raja Lopez's hands, and it kind of wiggled around, and it ended up falling out. But Raja Lopez, great read there on the throw from Dixon, just unable to hold on to the football.
2nd and 10, following that incompletion. 3 receivers to the near side. Vets down 40-0. Dixon throws into the end zone. Are we going to see a flag on this one? Yeah, we are. On the far side, as the receiver had bracket coverage on him, and there was contact before the ball arrived.
Yeah, that's going to be a PI most often. Chris Vivian's on that play. He does not turn his head. He just kind of keeps running forward. If you at least turn the head back, at least the official knows that you're making an effort to see the ball coming in. But on there, Vivian just runs in a straight line, doesn't look back. Easy PI call, and that one's going to be a first down for the Patriots.
Yep, they'll spot the ball just outside the 10-yard line. Okay, so the walk-off is from the 23. And they'll spot it at the 8. So first and goal from the 8-yard line. Dixon comes to the near side, running play all the way, cuts it back, and finally gets kind of shoveled under and snowed under about the 6-yard line on a good play by the will linebacker, Nino Spino.
Spino does a good job there. Gets to the tackle, about a 2-yard pickup there for the Patriots.
2nd and goal from just outside the 6. Patriots trying to get on the board for the first time tonight. Dixon, RPO, also a sack back at the 12-yard line. Look at that effort by the blitzing Mike linebacker, Caden Glass.
I don't think there was any way you could have escaped Caden Glass on that play. They showed blitz, and that's exactly what they did. And I don't know if Caden Glass was just unmarked, but he got there so quickly. And by the time that Dixon looked up to make a pass, Glass was all over his back and threw him down to the turf.
3rd and goal from the 10. Running play coming near side. They lose contain. And Peoples, the running back, does turn the corner and gets it down to about the 2-yard line, but we also have a flag.
Flag looks like it's about the line of scrimmage. A little bit further back.
We're awaiting a call from Mike McWilliams. Okay, you guys with young, healthy ears, were you able to pick that up? Because I wasn't.
Saw a blindside block on against the Patriots on that play, and I think that's what allowed Peoples to get to the edge on that play with the illegal block, and now it's going to be really far yardage to go here. Looks like the ball spotted around the 21, and this is still an in-goal situation this far back.
Very true. Not a whole lot of plays in your playbook that are designed for this, and actually they're going to move it all the way back to the 26. Knows the ball actually at the 25. But yeah, this is still a goal-to-go situation. Three-man defensive front. Linebackers crowding the LOS. They coming right up the middle, and look at that sack. Back at the 42-yard line. That man, Caden Glass, once again, and he timed that perfectly.
I don't know what to say about that. Caden Glass came flying through. That's back-to-back plays where he just immediately annihilates the offensive line. He just came flying in there, and just like that, Veterans Memorial 5 yards away from scoring, they just got knocked out of field goal range.
They're going to have to punt. They had a goal-to-go situation from, what, the 6-yard line?
Yeah.
My goodness. And they wind up punting the football, or at least we think they're going to. Punter standing back at the Warrior 48. Borogon gets the punt away, and it will go into the end zone. What a stout move by this Warrior defense, and I just can't say enough on the timing of that blitz by Caden Glass. I mean, he hit that A-gap, and it was over.
I don't think we're going to see a better sequence of 3 defensive plays for the rest of the night. I mean, what a great job by this Pieper team to force Veterans Memorial to go back 30 yards. I mean, you were right there knocking on the doorstep, couldn't find a way to capitalize, and Caden Glass was crucial. 2 tackles for losses in those 3 plays. If you didn't believe us talking about how good this defense was, I think that was proof right there. What a great stand by this Pieper defense.
As the Monkeys once said, I'm a believer. So here comes that Warrior offense from the 20, leading 40-0. John Hamilton in the ball game at running back now. South wants to throw, does so, incomplete, had a receiver hooking up, and that was Logan Urich, who's had a big night tonight. Couldn't quite come up with that one.
Logan Urich, that one was in his hands, but I think he could feel the defender on his back, and that's what ultimately made him drop that football, because if not, he could have turned and he would have been going down another 10 yards, but the defender on him forces the incompletion. Second
down, 3-man defensive front. Running play coming near side. That's Hamilton picking his way and then showing a little power. And they're going to wind, and that pile's still moving. He's going to wind up with a gain of about 5.
We haven't seen a whole lot of runs from John Hamilton in this ball game, but every time we have, he's just done such a great job of using his body. He's really squeezed through the holes, and he did it right there, picking up those 6 yards.
And he has a couple of rushing touchdowns. 3rd and about 4. As the Warriors trying to run their overall record to 7-1. If they hold on here, leading 40-0, this would be their 6th consecutive victory, and they would run their district record to 4-0. That's Hamilton into the secondary. Runs over a linebacker and keeps plowing outside the 35 to the 38-yard line.
This rushing has been great from this Pieper team. As you said earlier, Paul, who would have thought that entering the night that Pieper would be dominating in the running game?
And they are. 3 receivers to the near side. From the 38. South with time, throws over the middle. That's the big guy, Drake. And he just lowers his head and takes on the safety, and he won that one. And that's another Pieper first down inside the 45 to the 44-yard line.
This team's becoming really dangerous as the weeks roll on. We talked about guys like Isaiah Champagne, Nolan Doss, but you got a receiver like Evan Drake who makes it easy to dump it off to, and that's what he does right there for the first down.
Gain of 18. That's Hamilton, gets the corner on the far side, gets another first down, and gets the ball down inside the 30.
So Brady Hopper last drive, he was the guy that marched the ball down the field, and now we've already seen 2 10-plus yard rushing attempts from John Hamilton on this drive, and now the ball's inside the 30-yard line of Patriot territory.
And that was a 15-yard gain. inside a minute and a half remaining here in the third quarter. South gives it off. Hamilton cuts it back off right tackle. Gain of 3, maybe 4 yards.
I mean, how many times in this ballgame have we seen the Warriors get stuffed to the line of scrimmage? Every single rush just seems to at least go for 2, 3+ yards. They have not been stuffed to the line of scrimmage really at all tonight.
Non-stop effort by this Warrior offensive line. Continuous effort. South throws the wheel route. Oh, that should have been a touchdown. I'm sure they thought they'd hook that up as they took the back and wheeled him out, and he was wide open down the right sideline.
I believe that was John Hamilton on that play. I mean, that would have been his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, his first receiving touchdown of the ball game, and I think if South holds on to that ball for a second longer, that one's going for 6 points.
He knows it, but what an effort by Jake South. He had to leave the ball game in the first half with what appeared to be an injury, a leg injury of some concern. Finally got to his feet. They got him off under his own power, and he came back, and he has been nothing short of spectacular, and he is one tough guy.
Well, he's got confidence to come back in the ball game because of how good his offensive line is. He's not concerned that he's going to be pressured. He knows that he can just stand in the pocket and throw with all the time in the world.
The Warriors take a timeout, and so will we. Back in just a moment with the Warriors leading this one 40-0. We'll be back right here on the Warriors Sports Network.
Got the tickets?
Yep, I got them right here. I'll see you at 9.
Call GVTC today for our premium Wi-Fi service. Because Wi-Fi dead zones are downright
Terrifying.
GVTC, official Wi-Fi of the undead.
Paul and Joey, you're back live.
52 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Joey, in a game that has been all Pieper and then some.
And this is gonna put some respect around the city of San Antonio for pulling off not only a win against a really good Veterans Memorial team since they've become established, but I mean, to pull off a win in this fashion, you haven't given up a point in the first 3 quarters.
4 eligible receivers to the left side of the formation. South looks that way, now throws it complete to Strachan, the other Jake, the 2 Jakes, if you will, and that advances the ball all the way down to the 15-yard line for another Warrior first down.
The Jake to Jake connection once again puts the ball inside of the red zone. With less than 40 seconds to go, we'll see if Pieper can put 6 more on the board.
South from the empty set. 4 wides to the right side of the formation. Strachan, the lone receiver to the other side. It's a fade into the end zone intended for him. Pass falls incomplete, but we do have a flag. Once again, Strachan, the intended receiver, he was the guy that was singled up to the weak side of that formation with the other 4 receivers on the other side. So they just floated up on the fade, couldn't make the connection. Now we'll see what the flag is all about.
Yeah, he put up a 50-50 ball, but Paul, there was so much jersey tugging from up here. You could see the separation between the shoulder pads and the sleeves right there. Pretty easy call there for the official. And on this 50-50 ball, sometimes you're just going for either they catch a jump ball or you go for the flag.
Right. All right, so it's defensive PI, and that'll be half the distance.
Is where the rushing team has been so good tonight. John Hamilton's on the right side. Can we see a 3rd rushing touchdown from him here in this final 30 seconds?
Hamilton's got 2. Hopper has 2. South throws far side. A twisting catch attempt. No, that's a twisting catch. That's a touchdown to Evan Drake.
Great use of the body there by Evan Drake to turn and twist and just leap up, make the grab there. What a flawless drive there for Pieper. And to end with 6 points on the completion to Evan Drake.
So South so far with 3 more touchdown passes tonight, meaning he has 26 on the season. And the Warriors extend their lead to 46-0, now trying to make it 47-0, and they do so successfully. This one officially a blowout. Back with the final seconds of the third quarter in just a moment, right here on the Warriors Sports Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Warriors Network is brought to you by Stevens Roofing and Remodeling, Ferris Orthodontics, GVTC, and Comal Independent School District.
And you guys are back live.
What an evening for the Pieper Warriors, who have built a 47-0 lead over Veterans Memorial in what we all expected would be a late fourth quarter nail-biter. Here's the kickoff. It will be returned from the 13-yard line. Ball advanced outside the 35 to the 36. And yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to have to select an offensive and defensive player of the game. All I can say is there's plenty of competition here, and there are plenty of horses in this race.
Plenty of them. I mean, offensively, defensively, the defense has looked outstanding all night long. If we could, I'd give it to every single player on this team, but clearly that's not an option here.
We'll save that for the state championship game.
We'll do that. I like that idea.
Yeah. First and 10, Patriots from their 36, and they still have not scratched tonight. Running play, far side. Kind of lose contain on that, and that running back, actually that's Jaquan Downing this time on the carry. He's a very talented player. And it's one of the bigger plays of the night for the Patriots. Or it would be. There we go. They mark it at the Warrior 46-yard line. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Zone read keep on what proves to be the final play of the third quarter. We've played 3 here at Rutledge Stadium. Our score, Pieper 47, Vets nothing. Back with the fourth period in just a moment right here on the Warriors Sports Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Warriors Network is brought to you by Stevens Roofing and Remodeling, the Branch Neighborhood Grill, San Martin Orthodontics, and Stratton Sport and Spa.
Paul and Joey, you're back.
Back with the fourth quarter here at Rutledge Stadium in Converse. A key ball game in District 13-5A Division II, but right now a Warrior blowout. As we begin the fourth, the Patriots with the ball, 2nd and 8 from the Warrior 45. That's Christopher Bassett in the game at running back now for Veterans Memorial. He had a 13-yard touchdown run last week against Bastrop.
Triple option there and about a 2-yard pickup there for Veterans. Trying to throw some new things here in the playbook late in the final stages here of this ball game. And now it's going to set up about 3rd and 6 here for the Patriots.
From the 42 against the 3-man defensive line. Running play near side. Gets the corner, foot race. This is a race to the pylon. And into the end zone goes Christopher Bassett.
It was just a matter of time before eventually we saw an explosive run in this ball game. It finally comes through in the fourth quarter, and Veterans finally on the board here with less than 12 minutes to go.
42 yards on the touchdown run, and once the defense lost contain and he got outside the edge there, that was pretty much over.
A nice run there. I think that's what Veterans, at a point like this in the ball game, you take those going into next week and know, okay, we did that in the fourth quarter. Let's do that again next week.
Here's the PAT attempt by Nunez. And he's got it. And with that, they close to 47-7. And we'll keep it right here.
And so you get a little rushing offense going here in this fourth quarter. I mean, it does not take away anything from the way this Pieper defense played in this ball game. Nice run there to the left side. But Paul, now 5 straight games where Pieper has scored over 40 points, a team who's averaging well over 40 a game.
Be their 7th overall win of the year and their 6th in a row. And coming up here momentarily, we'll announce the American Interiors Pieper Warriors Players of the Game, sponsored by Brad Hopper at American Interiors, proud sponsors of Pieper High School.
Real quick, that last drive, 4 plays, 64 yards, 47 seconds, and is capped off by a 42-yard rushing touchdown for Bassett, making this ball game 47-7.
Kickoff relatively short. Fair catch call for and made at the 26-yard line.
Nathan Martinez with the catch, 1st and 10 at Pieper.
That was senior receiver Nathan Martinez who made the fair catch there.
Well, Paul, what a game. What a game.
What a game. I like it.
That's all the words I got right here. It is a crucial win, too. A game that circled on the calendar right outside of Liberty Hill. And Pieper has come in and played solid all night long. And you got to think there's going to be a lot of smiles on the bus ride back.
First down from the 26, and that's the 3rd running back in the game for the Warriors. That's Samuel Campos, the junior running back. All right, let's get to this players of the game play. We'll start on defense. Landon Ashball with another monster game. And keep in mind, he missed about a month with a bum knee. He was great, but the way that the middle linebacker, Caden Glass, has come on, he's been a blitzing Tasmanian devil. So, Joey, what do you say? Caden Glass as the defensive player of the game?
I mean, what a game for Caden Glass. He was flying through the offensive line, especially on that last drive where Veterans Memorial was knocking on the doorstep at the 6-yard line, and they couldn't find a way to score. Caden Glass back-to-back tackles for losses. What a game he's had tonight.
Okay, offensively, South showing so much guts and moxie coming back into the game. He's been great. 2 running backs have been wonderful. Brady Hopper with a pair of TDs. John Hamilton with a pair of TDs. We've seen some other big catches, but we'll announce the offensive player of the game after this play. Running play coming near side, and I believe that's Campos again, and it is. All right, there's so many people that you can laud on this Pieper Warrior offense, but a guy who came through in the clutch, we found out late that receiver Isaiah Champagne was not going to be able to play. There were some other concerns. South got knocked out of the ball game for a while, and senior receiver Logan Urick stepped up, had a spectacular touchdown catch, and I feel good about this, Joey. Logan Urick, you are the offensive player of the game.
I mean, he deserves the entrance today. 2 receptions. He came in and already 4 receptions in half number 1. What a day for Urick. He stepped up, and he proved to be one of those important receivers tonight, and well-deserved for Logan Urick as our offensive player of the week.
Here's Campos again, going to be stopped about a yard shy of the sticks.
Campos is another really good running back as well. John Hamilton along with Hopper as well. But Campos is a guy who can move the football as well as that 3rd running back in. It's always good to see him getting a couple touches in these games.
And with this game well in hand, they move Strachan to quarterback. Ball inside Patriot territory at the 49. Strachan Play fake, throws the slant over the middle, intended for Urich. And they say he made the catch. One more reason why that was a good choice, Joey.
It sure was. There's our player of the week. And that one was thrown right in a window there by Jake Strachan. Great job by Urich using his body, getting his body underneath the football and hauling that one in for the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 38, 3 receivers to the near side. Strachan under duress, ball gets loose, and it's a fumble, and it is recovered by the Patriots, so they do come up with the takeaway.
Well, that was a good job there by Veterans Memorial just to pry that ball loose. Jake Strachan had multiple defenders on him trying to hold on to the ball, but sometimes if you hold on to the ball too tight, it just pops on out. That's what looks like happened on that last play.
So the Patriots will get the ball at their 37-yard line, trailing by 40 at 47-7. Got a new quarterback in the ball game for the Patriots. I'll tell you about that in just a moment. First down run up the middle, going to net about 4 yards. That was Christopher Bassett, who had the touchdown run moments ago on the carry there. The new quarterback is the senior Alexander Hondo Lopez.
Both teams having a chance now to get a couple of the younger guys into the ball game, getting them a couple reps in this ball game with a 47-7 score.
Game of about 4 on first down, 2nd and 6. And we got a whistle and a stoppage. And a procedure penalty against the offense.
Well, the more the season goes on, looking at that Wimberley game, you just think that game's such an outlier compared to the rest of the games.
It really is.
6 points scored in that game, and then since then, a team that scored 40-plus points in every game besides the win against Davenport.
Running play out to about the 38-yard line. That's Bassett on the carry again.
We talked about that this Memorial team, they've got 2 running backs, but you could argue that Bassett is a good-looking back as well. A nice third-string running back here for this Patriot offense.
He's done a nice job tonight and has accounted for the only Patriot score. It's going to be 3rd and about 8 from the 49. Lopez, the quarterback, comes to the near side, under pressure, throws it. Leaping catch made at midfield. That was a really nice play, turned in by Bassett.
Nice reception there by the receiver, just leaping up into the air to haul that ball in, and a first down there for the Patriots.
Into Warrior territory at the 48. Bassett again, this time skirting the right side. Gain of about 2. As we move inside 6 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the ball game.
One thing I noticed about this Veterans team, they really like to open the ball game up from the outsides. You notice those runs to the right side and left side, and if those running backs are able to turn those corners, that's where they get really explosive.
Nice running play here, and it's about 5. They set up a 3rd and about 3. From the 42, Lopez throws, near side, got a man wide open. It's caught at the 10, and it's a walk-in score. That is Jaquan Downing on the reception.
Downing, the guy who just leaped up a couple moments ago to make that nice grab around the 35-yard line, found wide open in the end zone. And now Veterans Memorial, team who didn't score all night long, scores on their last 2 possessions.
Certainly had a wide open receiver there. Here's the PAT attempt. It's good. And with that, Vets Memorial closes to 47-14 with 5:43 remaining here in the ball game. We'll take a short break. Back in just a moment here on the Warriors Sports Network.
Hey, I got another one for you. And just look at the hole in this line. You could drive a truck right through there. I mean, the refrigerator William Perry could get a first down there. But you know who's going to get their number called for this one? Yeah, that's right, Dr. Ferris. He's like a ligating linebacker. Boom, just like that. And that's why Ferris Orthodontics is going to get the MVP for this one.
Paul and Joey, you're back.
So the Patriots come up with a turnover and turn it into points. Here's scoring drive info from Joey.
5 plays, 63 yards, 2 minutes and 45 seconds as a 42-yard touchdown pass from Lopez to Downing, making the game 47-14 with 5:43 to go here in the fourth quarter.
And that kickoff, fair caught by senior receiver Nathan Martinez.
Final 5:43 here. I'd expect just hand off the ball to Campos, try to move the chains a couple times, and walk out of here with another victory. And the win column continues to move up here for this Warrior team.
And an impressive one, of course. So after this, you got the 24-hour rule. You celebrate this for 24 hours. You start getting ready for a Lockhart team that the Warriors will host a week from tonight at the Coliseum. It's a Lockhart team that's got a lot of offensive punch. They've had a hard time stopping people. That'll be the final regular season home game for the Warriors this season.
Yeah, as you mentioned, a Lockhart team who can score a lot of points, but defensively, that's going to be the thing that's interesting to watch, especially with how explosive this Pieper team is. As I mentioned, they could go 99 yards or they can score from 20 yards out. A Pieper team, and the funny thing is, they'll score all those drives in less than 2 minutes.
We have come to expect that. That's true. Clock running with 5:16 remaining in the game. Scratching the quarterback, and as Joey predicted, just hands it off.
Carry up to the 28.
That's a gain of 2. Almost there for Campos, and just mentioned, just running down the clock now. Under 5 minutes to play here for this Warrior offense.
And from this point on, of course, they'll take all the time in the world off the play clock, which is currently at 10. Campos again bursts into the clear, has a first down and then some. Going to advance this ball right at the midfield stripe. Actually, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at about the Warrior 48, but another nice run by Samuel Campos, the talented junior.
That was a beautiful run there by Campos, and he wasn't just going for 8 yards, 5 yards. He was going for anything he could take. I mean, that was a big run for Campos, probably one of the bigger Pieper runs we've seen all night.
He was going for 22.
He sure was.
From the 49. Strachan hands it off, running play, near side. Campos once again, good yardage. Gain of about 9.
That's another good run there for Campos, and that's what I was talking about. This Pieper team having 3 good running backs. We don't often get to see Campos in the tie games, but he's proving that he's the guy who can move the football as well. John Hamilton can do it. Brady Hopper can do it as well. And then right there, moving the ball forward is Campos.
Officially an 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Clock running, 3:15 left. Balanced formation, 2 receivers to either side. Campos again, running play, first down again. Inside the 40 down to the 38.
Down to the 30.
Nice little run once again for Campos. And one thing I like about Rutledge this year, it's been a couple years since I last come here. Now the play clock now has the game clock on it. Now I've noticed Hero Stadium has added that in as well. So now quarterbacks and players, they don't have to look backwards towards the video board, but can look down at the play clock and see the game clock as well.
Don't you love innovation? That's cool stuff. First and 10 from the 38. Strachan, play fake, throws over the middle, incomplete, intended for Urich.
Interesting call to pass the ball here late in the ball game, but just getting a couple reps in there for Jake Strachan. But Paul, you got to give him credit. While Jake South was out of this ball game, that was kind of a little scary moment for the Warrior fans. But I mean, Jake Strachan came in and he played quarterback like the quarterback that he can be.
Such a versatile player. And such impeccable practice habits. I've been noticing that. I mean, that guy is all business.
Now, it just seems all business from everybody on this Piper team. What a week of focus, dedication, preparation, and they have shown it for 48 minutes of football.
Okay, so here are the Piper Warriors. They won 2 games last year. This is the first time they've had seniors. And, Joey, here's the thing. They now control their own fate and destiny. They're undefeated. If they win out, they're district champs.
And there's nothing better than being able to control your fate going down towards the end of the season.
There's our man, Urich. Did we mention that he's the offensive player of the game? What a good young man. Happy for him.
There's the cherry.
38 yards.
Cherry on the top.
Yeah.
For Logan Urich. I mean, wide open in the end zone. He took a page out of Nolan Dawson's book right there.
No kidding. Got open to the corner. And Keith Schmitz, our ace spotter, that's touchdown throw number 4 on the night for the Warriors. Correct. South with 3 of them. Strachan with the other one. Here's the PAT. He got it. And it's 54-14.
What a beautiful connection there from Strachan to Urich on that play. Just rolling out to his left side, and Urich does a good job trailing over there with his quarterback. And they're in the end zone for the touchdown. And 50-piece here on this Friday night, which we expected to be a shootout, and it's a 30-plus point deficit.
I will not try to hide my surprise. This is shocking, but in a very good way.
I mean, what I expected when I drove into Rutledge today, I was expecting a shootout, a team that with a really explosive running back, a Piper team who's averaging 40-plus points a game. So I was expecting something above 40 to 40-something, and it was going to be tight down to the final 2 minutes. And Piper delivered on that 40-plus, but
no doubt
their defense stepped up, and that's what forced 14 points on the board.
Just stellar. Here's the kickoff by Lopez. Taken at the 6-yard line, returned to the near side, and we put a period at the end of that return at the 21-yard line.
Concluding that drive, 8 plays, 73 yards, 3 minutes and 54 seconds. Jake Strachan, 38-yard touchdown pass to Logan Urich to end the drive, 54-14 with 1:43 to go.
You know, I know I mentioned this briefly earlier, but again, it's normal for Piper to have good practices. These are players and coaches with a lot of discipline, a lot of structure. They pay attention to business. But when I attended practice on Tuesday, you could just tell that that level had really been raised, that everybody was just laser focused on this game, and it paid off.
Could you just imagine what the next 2 weeks of practice are going to look like? You have a chance to win a district championship for such a young program, and you got to think these guys are thinking, I could be the first district champion in Piper football history.
Pretty cool.
1:14
1:14 remaining. And we're hoping we have a big crowd at the Coliseum a week tonight, as the Warriors host the Lockhart Lions.
No doubt that there will be a large crowd. It's going to be an exciting game, and just, Paul, 2 games away from a potential district championship.
Running play, near side. Nets the 35-yard line as we go under a minute to play.
One thing I want to see this week, we saw a lot of focus this week, but you got to think, all right, we got to re-dial in. We got to dial in for 2 more weeks, and then we have to dial in for a postseason run. So you got to wipe this game away, and you got to have the same focus you had the past 7 days.
Hey, let's keep playing football. I'm loving this.
Going into December.
Yeah, some December football would be pretty cool.
Sounds really nice.
And I'm
right
not
now.
getting ahead of myself now, but it would be nice.
Put all 3 parts of the game together, and this is a team that could go really far.
This will likely be the last play of the game if they get it off at all. 7 seconds left. Here's the snap. They do. And it's appropriate that it ends that way with a solid defensive smack by this Warriors defense that's been just absolutely brilliant tonight. So, Joey, take a ribbon and tie this one up for me.
What a game. The defense, that is the highlight of the game. A top quality running back who's committed to Ohio State, and Pieper shut the door. They closed it and they sealed it. They put a bolt on that door. 54-14. What a defensive game. What a game overall. And Paul, looking forward to next week.
Can't wait. Once again, our final score, Pieper 54, Vets 14. A week from tonight, the Warriors host the Lockhart Lions in a critical District 13 5A Division II matchup. That one will start at 7 p.m. here on the Warriors Sports Network. So until then, along with my partner, Joey Gonzalez, and our spotter, Keith Schmitz, I'm Paul Alexander bidding you good night from Rutledge Stadium.
Hey, I got another one for you. And just look at the hole in this line. You could drive a truck right through there. I mean, the refrigerator William Perry could get a first down there. But you know who's going to get their number called for this one? Yeah, that's right, Dr. Ferris. He's like a ligating linebacker. Boom, just like that. And that's why Ferris Orthodontics is going to get the MVP for this one.
Not the fun part of being a dad, but I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me.
Concerning you?
Yeah. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella, and
Arlo?
I wasn't eavesdropping. He's always watching you. His videos are secure. This guy sounds like a creep.
It's not.
Your privacy is very important to me, and I think you need to make better decisions when it comes to boys. And this Arlo is not a boy that I think you should be dating.
You're dating someone?
Yeah, Arlo. I heard you guys talking about him.
Arlo.
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. We were talking about how great they are and how safe they make me feel. Arlo's not a boy.
Well, that's a boy's name.
Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?